Hello everybody, my name is Abel. Welcome back to another Unison Link video. So, yesterday I teased that a big video would be coming up, and ta-da, this is it. This is Abel's guide to different classes and or multi-classes for dummies. That's not the title. Hopefully I don't make the title of the video, but welcome. So, I kind of already recorded this video, but I don't like how it came out, mainly because I was interrupted a lot with alarms, and it was early. So, it's like 6:01. I'm going to make this video, hopefully post it, you know, the usual. Oh wait. So, I will not be using just my account for this video. I'm actually going to be using a few accounts that I have on my phone. I'm going to be using Cain's, that Blaze one that you see up there, Hiromi, and yeah, we'll build from there. But we'll start with how to build a mage set. So to be a good mage, you kind of have to make a few sacrifices. You have to sacrifice your defenses for magic attack. Now, what I mean by that is, to build a good mage set, you need to put in more weapons and more monsters that have magic attack than anything else. It's a tragedy. Me originally being a soldier, back when I made my account, like, 3 years ago. Oof, time flies. So back when I made my account 3 years ago, I was a soldier. I was big on defenses and being tanky and attacking people, right? So making a switch to mage was really difficult for me because, you know, I was always like, oh, I'm a mage. I have to build my, like, oh, tanky. But now it's mage. It's, nope, I can't be tanky or not, I'm not gonna hit hard. So really, the biggest thing with being a mage is that you have to be able to deal a lot of damage. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that Starburst is ability power 70, right? That doesn't sound like it hits a lot, but imagine you use Starburst and you proc 2 XXLs. Yeah, you're gonna be dealing a lot of damage, but mages are technically glass cannons, and by technically I mean not that they're full glass cannons, but they're technically glass cannons. I am a bruiser mage. What that means is, it's a bit of an oxymoron. So a bruiser is that you're able to hit hard but also take hits. Yeah, I'm a bruiser mage. My defenses tell you that. I'm 122 defense, 136 magic defense for my gear score at the moment. Obviously my magic attack isn't very high. I'm really sorry about that. The reason why my magic attack isn't very high is because I've got Merc and the Mithra that special monster spawn gave me, you know, the one for 50 gems that comes with random snaps. Yeah, gave me attack and magic defense. I took what I could get. So that's why my attack is kind of abnormally high. If I were to go all magic attack, right, let's say that I went full on, fuck all that, I want to be magic attack all the way, right? So let's see if I can put Thanatos. Yes, I can. This would be my magic attack if I were to equip Thanatos, but my utility would, number one, go way down, and my defenses go down, and if I want to be able to actually deal some lasting damage, I have to be able to stay alive. So, yeah, that's the reason why I'm a bruiser mage. Mainly because I'm frontline too, so I want to have a good amount of defenses. Like, in order to be frontline, especially if you're doing rank S, rank A guilds, right? In order to be a frontline anything, your defenses have to be 100, 100, or one of them has to be at least above 100k. Like, let's use Cain, for example. So I'm gonna hop onto his account real quick. Ignore I have his account opened on my tablet, so it's gonna kick me out from there, so ignore that update. Cain a Bruiser Lancer. I built him to be a Bruiser Lancer. I say that like if he didn't contribute. No, okay. He's not fully Bruiser Lancer, right? He's got the capabilities, but I wanted him to have good attack, so yeah, let's look at Cain's account, right? Cain and I are built very similarly in that we both have the same amount of defenses and the same amount of monsters and weapons. So we were both built to be damage dealing, but can also tank hits. That's why his defenses are 115, 120. I made sure that he would be able to tank a hit. His magic attack is really high for the same reason that my attack is really high. Our scroll monsters that they gave us by random came with stats that we don't use. So, yeah, that's our problem. But, yeah, for the most part, if you want to build a good mage, I would highly recommend increasing your magic attack as much as you possibly can. Also, if you have this staff, doesn't matter if it's SSR or not, equip it. It'll increase your gear score. So you see how I'm at 461, right? Now let's say that I remove this staff and I put in I'm gonna use you as an example. I put in this staff. Unison league lagging. I'm 458 now, right? My magic attack also went down. Did it? I don't know. I didn't notice. Pretty sure it went down. But it's because that staff increases the magic attack of all staffs by like 10%. So obviously that's really useful, right? So that's how you build a decent mage. For mage, defense-wise, because I don't have a lot of defenses, I'm not gonna be super tanky, but defense, like helm and hat-wise, I like to keep the amount of helms and hats that I have even. So like this is a hat, this is a hat, that's a helm, this is a helm, this is a helm, that's a hat, right? So I like to keep everything even because Lancers don't like me. I want to be able to tank at least some of their hits, and that usually turns out well for me. Same thing with clothing. This is clothing, this is armor, this is clothing, this is armor, this is armor, that's clothing. I keep everything evenly spaced out. And I try not to equip too many of one thing, because, you know, I want to be able to be even. And for proc-wise, what I bring as a mage, I personally like reflection, and I try to get as many reflections as I can. Obviously, I don't have a lot. I only have about 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have about 4 reflections, and the rest are either damage down or fatal testament. I think you're a reflection too. No, you're damage down. Christ. So I either have damage down or fatal testament or constants. I don't have too many constants. I believe I only have about 1 or 2. Try not to stack on too many constants, by the way, guys, because constants, you can only have 2 active in a battle at a time. And if you're gonna have an opener, the opener I recommend actually is regen. Mainly because when you're in a battle and you have Ether Exchange, for example, if someone attacks, like, you use Ether Exchange, you're gonna be healed up and it'll give your cleric a bit of a break. That's why I like regen. Another opener that I really like is, what's that one? Reflect. The Reflect openers, I really like those. But try not to go for those cut openers. I think I have one. Hold on, let me see. I believe I have one. No, your physical armor up. I think, I used to have one. Okay, let me go to my encyclopedia real quick. I used to have a cut helm that I think I transmuted it or infused it into something. Here we go. So I don't like cut skills because it's only active for the first 30 seconds, right? Like most openers are. But here's the problem. It's kind of useless. Like, I personally don't like it. It didn't work for me. So I kind of just threw it as infusion fodder. I was like, bye. So I personally didn't like it. If you're gonna go for an opener, go for regen. Regen is really, really good. So as a mage, you want to stack up on stabs, obviously, but you want to be careful of the kind of skill that you're gonna be grabbing. Stabs have different skills, as do most weapons, right? So 100% avoid singular move proccing things. Like, I don't think I have any SSR stabs on me, but let's go back to my encyclopedia for this. So, avoid anything that procs a singular move. Why? It has a low proc rate. Very, very low proc rate, right? And it's not gonna do much for anything else. You're basically wasting a spot that you could be using for a magic testament by having something that procs one move. Right? So, to give you an example, this staff right here procs Meteor Strike and Meteor Rain. Wanna know why I don't use it? Because Meteor Strike and Meteor Rain are outdated by this point. If you're still using Meteor Strike and Meteor Rain, good luck to you. It's high cooldown and high cost. I personally don't like it. I like Starburst more. I like Undermine and Blood Oath. And Emperor's Bind is my favorite move ever. So, if you use Meteor Strike and Meteor Rain and it goes well for you, good on you. I don't like it. Another one that you definitely don't want to grab is... No, your magic damage up. Ugh. This one increases Undermine, this one increases Calamity. Which one is the one that I hate? There's a staff in here that I hate getting. This one. Heart of Meteor. There's another one, Heart of Photon. I think you are Magic Testament. I hate this staff. Heart of the Rain. I hate it because I've gotten it enough times to hate it. So, really, if you're gonna get stabs, if you want to be a mage, if you really want to be a mage and you want to dedicate yourself to the cause of being a mage and be squishy and hit really hard and have soldiers hate you and have lances go after you like there's no tomorrow, go after things that are Magic Testament. Doesn't even matter how low cost they are. Like this, a 25 cost staff, but it's Magic Testament. It's good. Especially if you're free to play. If you're free to play, you should be grinding for, number one, if you don't have this, like if you haven't spawned good stabs and you spawn good something else, but you really want to be a mage, props. But you're as stubborn as I am. I get good swords and good lances all day, but I want to be a mage. So, props to you, you're just like me. But honestly, building a mage isn't that hard. Being a mage is not that hard. I love being a mage, but it's really not hard, guys. So, if you're a free-to-play mage, and your luck is really bad with stabs, grind the Nyx staff, which is this one, grind the Enlightened staff, which is the Amaterasu one, grind any event that's going on that has a staff that you can get, like the Sakura event that went on, or this water event that's going on that has free stabs. Grind those, and also grind the raw event too, because 31 cost staff for free. Like, these are things, especially if you're free to play, you should definitely be grinding for either the Nyx blessing or the raw blessing. You're definitely gonna get the Nyx blessing first, so go after the Nyx blessing first because it's gonna be the easiest one to get. And just build up the amount of staffs that you have. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a bunch of low-cost staffs. If you infuse being free to play, you can still make it work. I know it seems like you have to be pay to play in order to be able to actually do good in this game, but you can make it work as a free-to-play player. Trust me, I know people who are free to play. I know people who have actually made it good as free to play. I'm free to play right now. I was a whale, and then I stopped back when I hit like 400k. I stopped being a whale. And look at me now. I'm 461. Like, you can still be free to play. I was free to play for about 3 months, so I wasn't free to play for 3 months. I was paid to play for like 3 months, and then I stopped, and I haven't been paid to play since. But honestly, you can do it if you want to be free to play. Like, you just have to be really dedicated to grinding and doing all the things that you need to do. You have to be really, really dedicated to it. I went on a tangent. I'm so sorry. What was I talking about? Stabs, right? You want to avoid singular move stabs. You want to go for things that are Magic Testament XXL, or just regular Magic Testament, or even Fatal Testament. I don't think I have a Fatal Testament staff. Hold on. Do I have a Fatal Testament? No, that's an XXL. This is Magic. This is Magic damage up. You're another. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Anything that's Fatal Testament as well, you want to keep those. Those are really, really good. They're really helpful and really, really useful. 10 out of 10, right? And for monsters, like I said, go for things that can be awakened. Like, for example, I have Amaterasu and Nyx in my set because they, even though they're not super amazing, they can be awakened and they're useful, right? So they increase my gear score. Obviously, you know how awakening works. And I think that's about it for mage, honestly. You want to maximize your magic attack, and even though you're supposed to be squishy, you do want to be able to actually survive a few hits, so to each their own. I personally like being a bruiser. If you want to be a glass cannon, go for it. Like, if you can one-shot me. I don't care. If you have enough will to be a glass cannon and not give a shit about the fact that you die really fast, more power to you. I personally don't like it. I like having a lot of defenses. So, moving on from mage, we can go to my cleric account. Oh boy. So, I made this cleric account back in 2015, I think? Yeah, 2015, around there. So, obviously, it's not as strong as Abel. I will believe it. I will admit, it's not as strong as Abel. So, but I did build it the way that you should build a cleric. So, even if it's not as strong, just know that just know that I'm trying. So yeah. To be a good cleric, you want to be tanky. As tanky as you can possibly be. So, let me show you an example of being a tanky cleric after I collect this little Unison right here. It's a good thing that I have multiple accounts and that I'm obsessive, because then I will be able to show you multiple versions of one thing. Well, not really one thing, but multiple versions of different classes that I play. I don't have, the reason why I'm not doing it on Abel is because I don't have a good cleric set, because I'm not a real cleric. I'm a mage, obviously, right? So I'm not gonna be able to give you accurate information, especially because, you know, I'll say like, you need to be tanky, and then I'm not tanky at all. So this is a cleric set that you should definitely run. I just hit 150, so if you see that as a Sardress, don't mind it. But to be a good cleric, you definitely want to build up your defenses more than anything else. You want to make sure that you're able to tank hits, that you're able to actually stay alive, stuff like that. Like, especially if you're going to be a cleric for this meta, you have to try to have high defenses, because berserkers will eat you up. Not kidding. Go for things that can, like, have things that can be awakened, obviously, because I recently came back into this account. It's not as up to par as I would like it to be, but we'll take what we can get, I guess. So you want to have things that can be awakened. I'm definitely replacing Cetus soon, but, like, have a lot of defenses. Infuse your defenses. Try to keep everything, everything that's good in the front. You want to have a decent amount of defense, of, like, defense heavy and magic defense heavy things. Although you definitely do want to have more magic defense than anything else because you're a cleric and your heals come from your magic defense. It was proven a while ago that your heals do come from your magic defense. However, that doesn't mean that you should neglect your magic attack. Your magic attack does play a decent part in it. So, just saying. Oh, it's Tahu! I'll screenshot real quick. I had to screenshot him and then tag him. Be like, I found you! Anyways. So, as a cleric, you want to have things that are either damage down or reflect. You don't want to have anything that's Fatal Testament because that does nothing for you. So, like, for example, that's physical damage down, reflection, physical reflection, magic reflection, physical armor up, HP up, regen, as Varys' glory. I'm probably going to replace that, although I'm not sure. Magic damage down, magic reflection, health regen again, HP up again, magic armor up, and another regen. I have a lot of regen. Ooh, I have a lot of regen. I should probably, once I get something that's actually good. I'm definitely going to be grinding on this account, though. Don't think that I won't. When I first started on this account, it was about 200k. It just hit 200k. And I've been playing on this account for about a month now, I believe. Yeah, since the beginning of May, I went back to this account and I started working on it. And I'm already almost 300k, so I would... If I do say so myself, I think I'm doing pretty good. So. But, as a cleric, you definitely want to bring high defenses, and also, if you're gonna bring, like, for your relics, you definitely want to have things that are Healing Testament or Heart of Health. I like Healing Testament, but Heart of Health is really good too, because it procs everything. And then, if you're gonna have a singular move, like, let's say that you have nothing else, and you absolutely have to put in something that procs a singular move, I'd go for Aid Mastery, because I use Aid, like there's no tomorrow. I don't have it equipped right now, but I use it, right? So, and for cleric moves, try to bring things that remove status ailments. I don't have Arc Heal, because this is an account that I started a while ago, and back then, multiclassing wasn't really a thing, so people would just transmute all the things that weren't of their class, or they would just sell them. I was one of them. I was one of the people that did that, because multiclassing just was not a thing, and now that multiclassing is a thing, I have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. But I'm prepared for the load. That sounds really bad out of context. Whatever, if someone takes it out of context, it's their fault. Anyways, so, to be a good cleric, like I said, you do have to have decent defenses. This is a cleric at level 150, so like my defenses aren't going to be super amazing, but I am trying my very best to get up to 100 on my defenses. As you can see, I'm only 95 away. So I would say I'm doing pretty good. But yeah, you definitely want to have good defenses, and just because you should stack all of your defenses, everything on your defenses, don't neglect your magic attack, because even though your magic attack isn't as, useful as a mage's, you should still have a decent amount of magic attack, because your heals do also come from magic attack. It's a combination of both. It's not one or the other. So, that's about it for cleric, I think. Clerics are kind of easy to cover because they're like mages. Oh, and let me do my little free-to-play option that I did for mages. If you're a free-to-play cleric, do what I said on the mage one. Like, if you have a free event that can give you free shit, like the Hellfire Beast relic back when the Bullvager event was here, go for it. you're definitely going to need to grind for shit like that because you are free to play. You're also going to want to get the Zephyrus Blessing or the Amaterasu Blessing. If you're a beginner, the Amaterasu Blessing is fine. Don't worry about it. People, like, you had to start somewhere, right? So, and then if you, like, once you hit the level where you can get the Zephyrus Blessing, definitely go after it. It's some free 31 cost things. If you are missing 31 cost items like I am here, go after it. That's my plan. So, to be a good, like, especially if you're free to play, like I said, don't let the fact that other people pay to play this game and pay to win this game, don't let that downcast you. Like, yeah, having a lot of gems and paying for things is good and all, and it's fun and it's great and it gets you things really fast, but don't break your back up for it. Don't make it your number one thing that you have to pay for everything in order to actually win, because this account, I haven't paid anything. Yes, it's, well, no, I didn't, it's not that I haven't paid anything. I haven't paid anything in a long time. Yes, it's a hassle to get to 200k, to get to 300k, to get to 400k. It's a hassle, I'll admit it. It's really hard, but if you have enough want in you, you're definitely gonna make it, trust me. So that's my cleric account. That's how you build a cleric. Oh! Did I already go over what kind of moves you want to bring for cleric? If I didn't, I'll go over it again. If I did, I'll go over it again. If I didn't, I won't. But for a cleric, you definitely want to bring things that are reflect or magic / physical damage down, mainly because people are going to want to attack you. Try to keep all of your defenses even. Definitely stack up on water monsters or light and dark monsters. Don't have a lot of green monsters unless they're planetaries. Planetaries are great. You definitely want to have them. Don't go for anything that's haste or wind, but if it's haste or wind and it has good utility, or fire. If it's haste, wind, or fire and it has good utility, then I say go for it. You know, sometimes it's utility over gear score. I just speed round that. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if, I mean, people should already know this, but try to keep things, like, the things that you want to proc the most, keep them in the front. So I have Healing Testament in the front because I want that to proc a lot more than I want, like, Aid Mastery to proc, for example. So if you want things to proc more, shove them in the front. If you want things to proc less, shove them in the back. That's just, people should know that by now, but just wanted to cover that. Also, now that we're going on the scale of defenses, I don't have Rook right now. I'm kind of in the middle of trying to get Rook, you know, final stages and all. But if you're gonna be a Rook, a really good way of being a Rook is that you should go straight from Cleric, like what that little transition there. So I definitely don't have a Rook set that I can show you. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get a Rook set up because, you know, I'm trying to get to rank 84. It's just not happening right now. But to be a really good Rook set, I would recommend building that straight from either Soldier or Cleric, and here's the reason why. When you're a Soldier or a Cleric, you're going to be focusing a lot of your cost on your defenses, right? As a Cleric, I focus all of my cost on my defenses, and because of that, Rooks, their main attacks come from their defense and magic defense. So if your main attacks come from your defense and your magic defense and you have a lot of attack or magic attack, you're not going to be a good Rook. You're going to be a decent Rook, not a good one. Right? Me personally, I have a mage set on, I have a Rook set on Abel, but it's not built the way that a Rook should be built, therefore it's not great. It's not super amazing. Let me see if I have that friend. No. I don't think I have that friend here. I used to have a Rook friend, and then got into an argument with said person. So then I unfriended them, and I think I unfriended them on all of my accounts. Yeah, I did. Okay. But to be a really good rook, definitely just build straight from cleric or straight from soldier, because you're gonna have more of your things focused on your defenses. And to be a good rook, you want to be able to focus everything on your defenses. Also, to be for rook, if you're going to have everything focused on defenses, the things that you should bring are reflect, because you're going to be high defenses, so obviously you're going to be able to reflect everything back to everyone else. And bring Fatal Testament, because it'll proc. It'll proc with your rook abilities, and it'll help. But don't make Fatal Testament like your number one thing to want to bring. You want to have damage downs and reflex as your main thing to bring as a rook. It's just, it's a no-brainer. So for rook and cleric, they're built the same. Definitely focus more on defenses. And for rook, definitely bring balance of life and protection of faith. I believe those are the two rook moves, because they hit the hardest and they heal. And personally, as a rook, I like bringing White Charm. White Charm is really good because it's basically a copy and paste, but for buffs. Buffs that can be removed by balancing, I should say. It's a copy and paste for those buffs. So, those are just things that I like bringing personally as a rook. You obviously don't have to listen to me, you don't have to take my advice. If you want to build your rook with having more weapons than defenses, that's fine by me. I don't care. But that is, like, having more defenses is how you should build a rook. Just, it's a no-brainer. Now that I'm done with rook and cleric, I'll move on to soldier. So this is another account that I made a bit before new players were really boosted. So it's obviously, it's not gonna be as high as I would like it to be, because I kind of stopped playing on this account for a bit of time. But I did come back, so, you know, I'm doing what I can with it. I'm doing what I can. That should be my slogan for everything. I'm doing what I can. Yeah, so I'm working on about 8 different accounts. Oh. Yeah. I have a problem. I know. I'm sorry. Alright, so first, soldier. That attack is really low, isn't it? You wanna know why my attack is really low? That's not where I wanted to go. This is why my attack is really low. As a soldier, as you can already tell, I loaded up on my defenses. Right? Because, you know, soldiers do get their attack power from their defense. Sometimes it's attack and defense, sometimes it's defense, sometimes it's nothing, right? So I personally loaded up my defenses, and that was the first thing that I worked on. Obviously, I am going to be adding more swords as time goes on. Once I get more cost, once I get another fucking sword. Not gonna lie, the reason why I have the most swords, like, the reason why I have more defenses than anything else is actually because I got a lot of defenses and not a lot of swords. So, not gonna lie, there you go, that's my secret. That's the reason why I have more defenses than anything else, because I got more gear than I got actual weapons. But that's not to say that the way that I built my soldier set is incorrect. It's not 100%, but it's good. So as a soldier, you definitely want to be tanky, and if you want to be tanky, then what you want to do is you want to fill up your defense and your magic defense. Obviously, I don't have really high magic defense, because, you know, soldier passives, you already know the deal. But you do want to build up your defense and your magic defense, because you're going to be the tank of the team. You're going to be the person that survives unisons, the person that, you know, is able to tank a bunch of lancers coming at you, but then one mage with one starburst can rip through you like paper. So, as a soldier, you definitely want to build up on your tankiness, and you want to have a good amount of swords, but you don't want to have too much, because remember, your main focus as a soldier is being able to tank against other classes, especially against archers. You're their anti-class, so you're definitely going to want to be able to go against them and survive a fight, right? Because archers can annihilate anyone. But if you're their anti-class, you have to be able to go against them and not die. Also, the reason why I say that you want to build up your magic defense too as a soldier is because if mages are going to want to rip through you, mages are going to want to rip through you because they're anti-class. But if you're able to tank through them, then you can also tank through other hits. Especially if you're going to be carrying moves like antagonize, you could kill them before they kill you. So you definitely want to build up your magic defense, and just your attack isn't your attack, same with cleric, right? So with rooks, it's kind of the same deal as clerics, in that yes, your attack is important, but it should not be your primary concern. Your primary concern should instead be your defenses. It should be how tanky can I make myself? Can I make myself have 100 defenses, or 100 defenses, 100 attack? Your main concern should always be your defenses. So that's soldier, really. Soldiers it's the same thing as clerics. Not exactly the same, but it's the same enough. So you want to bring things that, especially if you're a soldier, try to get things that have magic reflection in them, or just magic damage down, or just damage down in general. Regen, like I said, is a really good skill. Magic armor up, another regen. The thing that I hate, I don't like anything that's a cut skill, but I have them because I have nothing else. So also HP up is really good. HP up is really good. I wouldn't say go for Fatal Testament, but if you've got nothing else and you really do need the defenses, then put it in. But personally, I don't like Fatal Testament for soldiers, because you want to be able to tank hits, and Fatal Testament is more of an attack thing. But, to each their own. If you like Fatal Testament in your soldier set, then you have Fatal Testament in your soldier set. I personally don't like it. What did this even bring me? Reforging stuff? Okay, good. So I'll send it out for reforging. So yeah. I think that's about it for soldier. Oh, and for attack moves, I bring antagonize, dual sword, and dual impact, and then the 5-cost Miku replacement sword that I have too. Let's see. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, definitely try to stack up on monsters that can be awakened. I don't have luck with monsters. I have really bad luck with monsters, so I don't have that many things. But I am working on a Benkei. I'm working on other stuff too. Like I said, I'm getting there. So just be patient with me. I am working on it. So yeah, that's for soldier. I think I covered about everything. Hold on, I have to clear out these exclamation points because they're gonna bother me. I think that's about it for soldier. You should definitely level grind. Level grinding is the easiest way you'll get cost. Also, if you have sub-quests, definitely do them. Try to max out the amount of things that you have for each slot, but if you don't have the cost for it, just do what you can. So that's it for soldier. And now we move on to... I'll do Lancer last because I do have Cain's account, so I can just... I'll log into Lancer last. I didn't really do a big overview on Lancer because I do have Cain's account. It's another class. So I did Mage, I did Cleric / Rook, Soldier. I think I have an Archer, Berserker, Treasure Hunter, and... I've been playing this game for forever, can't even remember any of the classes. I have Lancer, Archer, Treasure Hunter, and Berserker left, I believe. So for Archer, let's make our way back to Abel. You know, because Abel has a decent Archer set. I say decent. Decent. Not great, but decent. So we're gonna use Abel as an example for how to build an Archer set. Even though Abel was definitely not 100% the way you should go for Archer sets, but you know, boys gotta do what boys gotta do. Alright, for Archer. Let me go put it on real quick. It's a disgrace. It doesn't even hit 400k. I mean, it just hit 400k, but it doesn't hit 400k on its own. It's a disgrace. This is my Archer set. Yikes, I know. So, my Archer set is shit. It's absolute fucking trash. It's terrible. You don't gotta tell me it's terrible. I know it's terrible. But, hear me out. Hold on. Shit. Give me a second. Do I have a Zill? Hold up. What if I... Well, then again, was that infused? That bow? Was it infused? I'm not sure if it was infused. No? Okay. So while I talk, I'm going to augment this. If I have any augment stuff. I'm broke when it comes to augmenting shit. Okay, so for Archer, definitely what I recommend is for monsters, I'm going to start with monsters because those are always the easiest to go off. For monsters, you want to bring anything that is attack and magic attack based. That's how you want to base your Archer set off. Yes, being able, yes, I know. But if I base everything off attack and magic attack, how am I going to be able to survive a hit? Listen. Most archers are backline archers. So they're not going to be out in the front attacking people. They're going to be attacking the crystal. That is most archers' jobs. Now, if you are in fact a frontline archer, then I will explain how to be a frontline archer, but for the time being, I'm going to explain how to be a backline archer because that's the easiest one for me to talk about, because I know how to be a backline archer. So, just bear with me. It's okay, my phone. I know. It's time for Hiromi's guild battle and Blaze's guild battle in like 5 minutes. Let's see if I can finish all of this in 5 minutes. It's already 43 minutes long. Okay. So, for an archer, a backline archer more specifically, you want to have every single monster that is attack and magic attack that you possibly can, and you want to be able to stack them. What does that mean? If you're free to play, you want to stack all of those Alices. Every single Alice has to be awakened. You want to stack some Zephyruses that are awakened. You want to stack some Floras that are awakened. If you want to be a decent backline archer, stack. Right? Because you want to hit hard. If you want to be a decent archer, you have to be able to hit hard. You want your defenses, you want your attack and magic attacks to be 100-100. Obviously, mine are not, because I'm not a good archer. You can already see that. I'm not a decent archer, so nothing is going to be 100-100 for me. But you want to you want to have your attack and magic attack to be above 100, 100, especially if you're level 175, above 100, 100. If you're not level 175, have your attack and magic attack to be even enough to where you can hit hard, because everything does base around your attack and your magic attack. Right? So, I obviously don't have the monsters for being a good archer. I'm working on it, but it's not my top priority. My top priority is mage and soldier. Right? So, I obviously don't have the monsters for it, but let's say that you have a planetary like Tellus or like Jupiter. Definitely try to awaken them if you can, because they're really good. Especially for a frontline mage. No, a backline mage, I mean. Let's see what else. Also, for backline mage, fill up your weapon and monster slots to the brim. Keep your defenses low. Try to stack up on anything that's Fatal Testament, especially like armor and helm wise. If you have anything that's Fatal Testament, stack up on it. Hold on, I think I just reforged something that's for Fatal Testament. And even though it's gonna make me weaker, it is Fatal Testament. So I'm gonna put it in. Yeah, you see, like, switch out things that fit for your class. So, like, for example, magic damage down is great, but if I'm a backline archer, what am I gonna use magic damage down for? I more need Fatal Testament. See what I mean? Especially if you're a backline archer. So, that's my little tidbit of advice for backline archers. And now for frontline archers. Okay, I am not what you call a frontline archer, because my defenses are not good enough to be a frontline archer. Yes, I understand that. I agree with you. Frontline archers are good. Yes, they are good. They're useful. I'm just not one. I am not a frontline archer. If you want me to be an archer, I'm going to be backline. I'm going to be the one that is going to be dealing damage to a crystal, right? But for a good frontline archer, I would actually look to Asuka, who's a guild member of mine. She has almost 100, and her defenses are also 100, but they're not as high as mine are because she's focusing more on magic attack. I would also look at Magic, who's like 92, right? And her defenses are 80 and 68. They're not super high because that's not what she focuses on. But Asuka is a really good frontline archer. Devil's also a good frontline archer, but he's not wearing his archer set right now, so I can't show you. But definitely, to be a good frontline archer, you want to be able to tank hits and deal hits. So, for frontline archer, I would say have more weapons and tats. Keep your armors low and keep your monsters high. That's what I think archers should be. Frontline archers, at least. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm coherent enough for you to understand. For moves as an archer, Deadly Aberrask, Arrow of Strength, and Diminishing Shot are like my go-tos. So, I would recommend doing that and using those, you know, the norm. But yeah. What else? Which one should I go to next? I'll do Berserker next, actually. I'm gonna leave Cain's account last, because, yeah. I'll do Berserker next. So, you wanna be a Berserker, huh? Well, here's how to be a good Berserker. Make sure that your defenses are awful, and that you can die. Because being a Berserker is all about that death. You know, definitely being that one person that the cleric has to worry about all the time. And here's what I mean. I am a magic-based Berserker. I'm gonna show you a attack-based Berserker when I go onto Cain's account, but for now, look at a magic-based Berserker. So what a magic-based Berserker basically is that I have more stabs and lances. I have more stabs than lances. I have more stabs than anything else that I have. right? And that's just mainly because I am a mage main. So obviously I'm not going to have a bunch of lances that I'm going to be able to put for everything. Obviously, I do have lances, and I could, per se, put lances in to increase my gear score, but I don't want to do that because it's going to lower my attack power. So that's why I am a magic-based berserker and not a attack-based berserker. Now for berserker, really, because berserkers, their main focus is killing people, what you want to focus all of your cost on is your weapons and your monsters. It's like building a mage or a lancer. Weapons and monsters, make sure that most of the things that you have are like certain blessings. Like for example, I don't have Thanatos' blessing equipped. I thought I did. So like for example, if I were to be a legit berserker, right, I would actually have Thanatos' blessing equipped. So, like, right now I have it equipped. So, let's say that I have Thanatos' blessing equipped, right? So, me having Thanatos' blessing equipped would make me hit harder as a berserker, and because I want to hit hard as a berserker, that's my best friend, right? So, Thanatos' blessing, Fatal Testament, anything that makes you hit harder than what you would actually hit if you didn't, equip them. Right, so that's really what you want to do. You want to equip anything that's a blessing, like Apollo blessing, or what's the other blessing that, like, what are other blessings besides the Apollo blessing? I don't really remember. I mean, I could just look through over here. So, which one is the one? I think it's over here, right? Thanatos blessing, right, I literally just talked about it. So Thanatos blessing, yes, it's a definite yes for should I equip it or should I not equip it. If you're gonna be a berserker, you want to be a decent one. Yes, I did say that berserkers' their main job is to die, but you do want to have, like, decent defenses to actually be able to survive someone trying to kill you. So, while I do jokingly say that your main job is to die, try to equip some magic damage down or anything that's, like, damage down that can keep you alive, because you are going to need it. It's not gonna be your primary concern, but, you know, it's something that you should have. So yeah, that's for magic berserker. Like, it's kind of the same as a mage. So let's go to an attack berserker, which is Cain. Okay. Does Cain have a berserker set up? No. Well, alright, that's fine. I'll just literally switch classes. It's not that hard to have him be a berserker. Bloop. So, like I said, it's really not that hard to have him be a berserker because he is an attack-based berserker, so it's literally almost all the same. Is this attack? Physical damage, and both physical and non-physical. And then I'll go over here to mage and put in that ether exchange. So, this is what it's like to be an attack-based berserker. Hold on, let me see, what are the passives? Okay, passives are fine. So, to be an attack-based berserker, you do want to have a lot of attack, because that's going to be the thing that you do rely on a lot. So you want to have a lot of attack, and you want to be able to hit hard. Like, also, let's say that you have anything that gives like magic attack. If you can spare losing the gear score, then lose whatever gives you the attack. So, like, kind of lose whatever gives you the magic attack because you might not need it, especially if you're gonna be like an attack-based berserker, then you are not gonna need the magic attack. So definitely lose the magic attack. Anything else for berserker? Like, building a berserker is almost the same, like, for Lancer and Mage. Just if you want to go attack, you gotta switch some stuff out. But building a berserker for a Lancer and a Mage is nearly identical. And so lastly, well, before we hit Lancer 101, I'm gonna go back to Abel, explain how to build a treasure hunter, and then I'll go for that little final home stretch of Lancer. So, treasure hunter's fun. Treasure hunter's a fun class. I like playing it. Alright, so for treasure hunter, all you want to do for treasure hunter is the following. Stack up on your weapons and stack up on your monsters. Get everything as high as you can possibly get it. And there you go. You have built a treasure hunter. Simple, right? It's not that hard. Yeah, literally just like building a mage. Remember, treasure hunters aren't like used for GVG. They're used for drops. If you use a treasure hunter for GVG, then that's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you, but personally, I would use a treasure hunter for GVG, for nothing else. You know? Not GVG. I would use a treasure hunter for PvE and nothing else, because that's not what their purpose is. Their purpose is PvE, not GVG. So yeah, that's me talking about treasure hunter. It's really not that hard. Literally, it's just like building a mage. It's not difficult at all. So yeah. You see, treasure hunter. That's why I wanted to do treasure hunter before I did anything else, because treasure hunter is super easy to talk about. And now we can go to Cain again and talk about Lancer. So, Lancer. I am not a fan of them. Not that I'm not a fan of them, right? Ignore that in the background. Not that I'm not a fan of Lancers, right? It's not for nothing. They're my anti-class, and they hurt me. So I'm definitely not gonna be a fan of them if they hurt me, right? I'm not wrong. Like, it's nothing wrong in me saying that. So obviously I'm not gonna be a fan of Lancers, but Cain is a Lancer, so I'll let it slide for this one. I'll let it slide, you know. I'll let him be a Lancer. Alright, so Lancer, how to build one. Like I said before, I built Cain and I to be bruiser Lancers. Not bruiser Lancers, but like bruiser classes. So obviously we don't have a lot of like attack power, but it's because we sacrificed a bit of attack power for defense wise. So he is 115, 120. He does have a lot of really good Lancers, but at the end of the day, some of his stuff is really just for the defenses that he needs. Like this Athena is in fact for magic defense, because he really needed that magic defense, and then he has things that are mainly for magic defense. So as a Lancer, you want to bring things that are damage down, you want to bring things that are also reflect. Like, it's kind of like building a mage, honestly, except just with lances and more stab and hurt. So yeah, like, bring things that are damage down, bring things bring things that, if you have any Fatal Testament, I'd say equip it, but don't make that like your number one thing to bring. Like, he has this he has attack testament, right? He has this attack testament hat, but he only has one of them because I told him don't bring too many. He has HP boost because, you know, it's really useful. It's HP up. You always need HP up, especially during guild battle. He has this magic damage XXL, magic damage down XXL, because, you know, he needed that, especially because he was a lancer, and people, like, mages do tend to aim him first because he is a lancer, and mages are afraid of him. So, yeah. What else? As a lancer, you definitely want to primarily focus on things that are, like, physical testament XXL, or physical damage up, or, like, something that can proc, like cross assault. He has a lot of stuff like that. And also the magic crystal spirit. Like, we're working on getting ours to SSR. Okay, don't judge. It's a lot of grinding, and we just didn't feel like doing it. Also, he is saving his cost for the new level 180 cap. That's going to bring a new slot. Right, so because it's going to bring a new slot, we're saving our cost for that. So keep a lookout. But yeah, by the way, keep a lookout for that because 180 is coming. Anyways, as a lancer, also his passives. I feel like I didn't talk about my passives. Shoot, for all of them, I have clothing and armor equipped. I have MDef in clothing up and MDef in armor up. No, MDef in helm up. Those are the passives that I have. His passives are dress up level 1 for both sides because he does have a lot of magic defense stuff, and he does want more magic defense, so I told him why not just go for dress up, right? Yeah, that makes sense, right? So those are our passives. Move-wise, he brings Severe Sting, Dragon Claw, and Cross Assault. Sometimes he'll bring Execution Spear, but that's only for, like, things that are really cost heavy. He also brings Ether Exchange and Whirl Spear. Most of his cost is in weapons and monsters because, you know, he's a lancer, he's built like a mage, and he's a bruiser, so he does have a decent amount of defenses. And he has a lot of awakening stuff. I think that's about it. Have I finally finished this 1 hour and 2 minute long video? This is a really long video, guys. I'm really sorry, but I did say that this was going to be a long video, and I told you to strap in. So, if you made it this far, leave a like. There's a motorcycle outside. If you made it this far, leave a like and drop a comment. Which one is your favorite class to play? I personally like Mage, and I love Berserker. All of the classes have a special place in my heart. That's my dog barking. All of the classes have a special place in my heart. I personally love playing Mage. It's really fun. So what's your favorite class? And if you have any video suggestions, drop a comment. You know, what's your video suggestion? This video was not my idea. It was actually suggested to me by Preemptive Faceplant in the comments of one of my last guild battle videos, the one where I said a guild full of soldiers. I think that was the one. So it was not my idea, but I thank you so much for that idea because it really, this video, albeit long, was a lot of fun to make, and I very much enjoyed it. So I enjoyed having to talk for about 1 hour and 2 minutes and rambling on and on about the different classes that I play. I've been playing for 3 years, so I hope that this guide was helpful, and I hope that I do know what I'm talking about as someone who's played for such a long time. Remember, if you have any questions, or if you want my advice on something, my line is Abel_UL. You can message me on there. My Instagram is Abel_UL. You can send me a message on Unison League. I'll definitely reply back, unless my messages are full, or unless I'm tired and I'm just not on Unison League, then I won't reply back. But hit me up on Instagram, hit me up online if you have it. My Discord ID I'll probably, like, leave it somewhere in the description. I'll leave all of my different contacts in the description, so if you have any questions, or if you have anything that you want to ask, like, if you have any advice that you want me to give you, or if you just want me to look at your account, and if you want me to look at your account, you can either give me your information and I'll look at it through there, or you can send me a message on Instagram and just screenshots of your account, and I'll definitely give you advice on it. As you can see, I do take care of a bunch of different accounts at once. I take care of like 3 friends of mine accounts. I take care of Cain's account. I take care of my account. I take care of about 3 other old accounts that I had. So I do take care of a lot of different accounts. So I do like to say that I'm a trustworthy person, and that if you really do want my help and you want me to look at your account and you want me to do certain things for you, don't hesitate. I'll do it, really. Like, I'll look at your account and I'll take care of certain things for you. I'm not sure if I'll ask for payment. I personally like doing it because it's fun to me, but if you want me to, like, farm events for you and build your account for you, I might ask for, like, some amount of money, because it does take time. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. So I might ask for money, but I might not. Like, I'm a bit too shy to actually just be like, give me money! No, don't worry about it. I'll probably do it for free. So, this is a long video. I honestly don't know how to end it now. I feel like I've talked I feel like I'm missing a class. Hold on. I did mage, I did soldier, I did archer, I did lancer and rook, I did treasure hunter, cleric, and berserker, right? I'm not missing anything. So why do I feel like I am? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. I know that this is probably not a fun video for you guys to watch, but I enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed talking for an hour and 6 minutes. Leave me a comment about what you would like to see next. I'm thinking about doing a top 9 favorite monsters and top 9 least favorite monsters. But that's just a little idea that I wanted to throw out into the wind. I know Min already did, like, top 7 favorite monsters that she has, utility-wise, but Min inspires me, so I'm probably gonna do that video, too. If you have any fan art that you would like to draw, let's say that you're an artist, right? Obviously, I only have, like, 45 subscribers, so people aren't going to be drawing me fan art. But if you do have fan art, and if you do just so happen to actually draw, like, me or Cain, or if you draw Cain, I would cry. Thank you. If you draw Cain, like, I would be so happy. But, if you have any fan art, like, you can send it to my Instagram, which is Abel_UL. I don't use Twitter. I'll probably make a Twitter, but I don't really use it that much. And yeah, if you have fan art, send it to me. I will most likely make it my background, or I'll make it my background for my YouTube videos, or, like, I'll make it my background for my phone, or I'll make it my Instagram profile picture. You know, stuff like that. This is such a long video. I really don't know what else I should say. All of my information is going to be in the description down below. My Discord is going to be in the description down below. I don't know if I should make a Discord server. Should I make a Discord server? I don't have that many followers, so I don't have that many subscribers, so I don't know if I should make a Discord server, but I might make a Discord server if you guys want me to. I don't have a Patreon because I'm doing this for fun. Also, I don't think anyone would be willing to pay me. Like, I don't think anybody would be willing to pay, like, $5 a month to hear me ramble about Unison League. That's why I don't have a Patreon. And I doubt that anybody would even care. Honestly. If I'm being honest, I doubt anyone would care. So, thank you for listening to me talk for 1 entire hour. Thank you so much. I know I've said this a bunch of times. But thanks, you know, it really means a lot that you actually sat down and listened to me. Hopefully I'll post another video soon, if I'm not too worn out about this one. It's gonna be a bit of editing I'm gonna have to do, but it's all worth it. My name is Abel, and this has been Abel's Guide to Multiclassing for Dummies. Bye!